So, good morning everyone. Hi, my name is J.M. Lastra, and today we're going to talk about interval estimate of population mean with unknown variance. So here's the definition. This formula, when algebraically, will produce the following formula that is used to determine the confidence interval for estimating the population mean when the population variance and population standard deviation are unknown and the sample size of n is less than 30.
Example number 1. The mean and standard deviation of a sample of 15 similar containers are 13.5 liters and 0.563. Find the 90% confidence interval for the actual mean content. Assume that the contents are equally distributed. Step 1. To find the degree freedom, here's the formula. df is equal to n minus 1. df is equal, papalitan natin yung n natin ng 15 minus 1 and df is equal, 15 minus 1 is 14. Now our step 2 is finding the alpha. Alpha equal to, since our confidence level is 90%, ang gagamitin nating alpha is 10%. Tapos, i-convert natin siya sa decimal, which is magiging 0.1. And divide both sides by 2. So, magiging alpha over 2 is equal to 0.05. By the using of our alpha over 2 and degrees freedom, makukuha na natin ang critical value. Critical value at 0.05 equals to, makukuha natin siya by using the critical value table, and since ang ating 0.5 is the critical value and our degrees freedom is 40, ang equal po niyan is 1.761.
Hi everyone, my name is Jay Kuntatay. So, the mean and standard deviation of a sample of 15 similar containers are 13.5 liters and 0.63. Find a 90% confidence interval for the actual mean content. Assume that the contents are equally distributed. Cut mo muna. Let's proceed to the next step. So, we will be using this formula. Margin of error equals T critical, A over 2, and standard deviation over square root of N. Tas muna din. So, hanapin muna natin yung T critical natin. At kung nahanap na natin ito, susundan lang natin tong formula. So, itong T critical, sulat natin. But una, maglagay muna kayo ng close parenthesis. Yan. And then, yung sa sa A, tama, standard deviation, 0.563 over square root of N. Yung N natin is 25. So, kapag kinompute natin yan, ang magiging margin of error natin is 0.26. Tapos muna. Next, our sample mean is 13.5. And now, sample mean equals margin of error wait lang, pause muna.
Wait lang.
Sample mean is between 13.5 minus 0.26. At sa kabila naman, magiging ano siya, 13.5 plus 0.26. At ipag minus at plus lang natin siya, makukuha na natin yung confidence interval natin.
Di ba mo, walang space yung Anjoy-an niya?
So, bali magiging ganito siya. Unahin muna natin yung negative. 13.24. Tapos, and then, sa positive naman, 13.76. Pause muna dun. So, ngayon, kukunin na natin yung lower confidence limit. Unahin muna natin yung lower. Means yung ito, 13.24 LCL. Lower confidence limit is equal 13.24. At sa upper confidence limit naman, kukunin natin itong 13.76. So, upper confidence limit is equal to 13.76.
Hi, I am Christian Dave Villar, and this is the example number 2 of our stats. For our stats and probability. The following are randomly selected scores in PUP set of 14 graduating senior high school students. So this is their score. I will just write it in whiteboard. 120, 144, 99, 106, 154, and 170, 89, 129, 163, 130, 179, 188, 79, 74. This is the randomly selected scores of the graduating students in their entrance exam in PUP. So kailangan natin bilangin kung ilan yung samples na yan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ay, ito na pala. 14, which is 14 students. Yung 14 na yan, ayun yung magiging natin. Equals to n. Ayun yung magiging n ng ating example. Yan. So here are the objectives of our example. Yung first objective, find a 90% confidence interval for the mean score of all students, assuming that these students' score is approximately normally distributed. So yung 90% na yan, magagamit natin yan sa pagkuha mamaya ng ating alpha squared. Kailangan natin yung 90%. Ayan. Tapos dito naman sa pangalawang objective natin, kaya take note lang din sa 90%. Sa pangalawang objective natin, sabi naman, find the lower and upper confidence level. Yun lang. So ngayon, sa next step natin, gagawa muna tayo ng table. Ito, nilagyan ko na ng sa table natin, ang laman ng table natin ay yung number of students, which is 14, tsaka yung scores nila. Ngayon, kukunin naman natin yung x minus sample mean. Bago natin makuha yung x minus sample mean, ang gagawin muna natin, hanapin muna natin yung x minus sample mean, which means pag-aadin mo ng hanapin natin yung summation ng x. Ibig sabihin, pag-plusin naman natin sila lahat. Yan. May calculator ako dito, calculate ko na lang. So nakuha na natin yung summation ng ng ating x, which is summation x is equals to 1,764. Yan. Tapos para makuha natin yung sample mean, i-divide natin siya sa number of number of students, which is 14. I-calculate natin siya, guys. 1,764 divided by 14 equals 126. So ang value ng ating ang value ng ating summation x divided by n is equals to 126. Ayan. Pwede na natin makuha yung x minus sample mean. Ay, pala to? Formula pala to ng sample mean, guys. Correction. Ayan. Equals to 126 ang ating sample mean. So ngayon, nakuha na natin yung sample mean niya, which is 126. Pwede na tayo mag-proceed dito sa next step na sa next table pala na x minus sample mean. Ngayon, manually na lang natin siyang pagmaminosin. So 120 minus 126 is negative 6. 144 minus 126 is 18. 99 minus 126 is negative 27. And then 106 minus 126 is negative 20. 154 minus 126 is negative positive 28. 170 minus 126 is 44. 89 minus 126 is negative 37. And, cut mo na. So, ayan. Skip na, fast forward na lang natin. Nakuha na natin yung sagot sa sa lahat ng x minus sample mean. Ngayon naman, i-divide, excuse me. I-ano natin siya. Squared natin siya. Lahat din ng sagot. Para makuha natin yung para rito para makuha natin yung standard deviation natin mamaya. Kailangan yung standard deviation. So 6 times so negative 6 times negative 6 is equals to 36. And then 18 times 18 is 324. 324. Negative 27 times negative 27 is 729. And then 20 times 20 is equal to 400. 28 times 28 is 784. And 44 times 44 is 1936. And 37 times 37 is 1369. And 3 times 3 is 9. 37 times 37 again is 1369. And 4 times 4 is 16. And 53 times 53 is 2809. 2809. And 2 times 2 is 4. And 47 times 47 is 2209. And 52 times 52 is 2704. 2704. Yan. Yan ang ating picturean mo table. Kailangan din natin kunin yung summation nitong x minus sample mean squared, which is kukunin lang natin siya gamit ng calculator na lang, which is equals to 14,698. Ayan yung ating wait lang, formula pala muna. Summation x minus sample mean squared is equals to equals to 14,698. Ayan yung summation ng ating x minus sample mean squared. Okay na. So after nun, kukunin naman natin yung standard deviation. Bago natin makuha yan, yung muna, yung squared ng standard deviation na yung makukuha natin, which is ito yung formula doon. S squared equals to summation of x minus sample mean squared minus n minus 1. Ayan yung niya, formula. Just gagawin na natin ngayon. Ayan, yung summation ng ating x minus sample mean squared ay 14,698. Ay, 98. Tapos over ang ating n na 14 minus 1, bali magiging 13 siya. So gamitan na lang natin siya ng calculator, guys. Yan. 14,698 times divided by 13. Yan. So ayan yung sagot, guys. 1,130.615,385. Dahil this, 2 decimals lang yung kukunin natin dyan. At dahil 5 yung pangatlong decimal, i-round off natin siya pataas. At bali magiging approximately siya guys. Approximately 1130.62. Yan yung squared ng ating standard deviation. Tapos para makuha na yung standard deviation natin, dito lang gagawin nyo. 1130. Yung root pala ng yung pinaka standard deviation natin. I-root mo yung 1130.62. Ayan. I-root natin siya. Ang magiging sagot sa calculator ay 1130.62 divided ay root 1130.62. Ang sagot natin ay 33.6246. Dalawang decimal lang ulit yung kukunin nyo guys. Dalawang decimal lang. At dahil 4 siya and 5 below siya, i-round off natin siya bababa. Ayan. E di bali ang magiging sagot ay ang ating standard deviation ay S equals to approximately pala kasi ni-round off natin siya 33.62. Ayan ang ating standard deviation.
So, here's the continuation of our example. So, we're going to get the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is equals to n minus 1. So, our n here is 14 minus 1. 14 minus 1 is equals to 13. Next, we're going to get the alpha. Alpha is equals to, our alpha is equals to 10%. Then, we're going to, so paano natin nakuha yung 10%? Minus lang natin yung 100% sa 90%. Which is yung nandito kanina sa table. So, gagawin lang natin gagawin lang natin siyang decimal. So, 10% into decimal is 0.1 or 0.10. Next, i-divide natin siya sa 2 dahil yun yung formula na gagamitin natin. Formula natin is alpha over 2. Next is, i-divide natin using calculator. So, 0.101 divided by 2 is equals to 0.05. 0.05. So, ito na yung alpha natin guys. 0.05. Pause muna. So, our next step here is hanapin natin yung T-critical value. So, ang gagamitin natin ay itong degree of freedom na 13. Hanapin natin siya sa table. Tapos, next is yung alpha natin na 0.055. Hanapin natin siya sa one-tailed table. Then, cut. So, nahanap na natin yung T-critical value natin. So, here's the formula for it. T-critical value is equals to T 0.05 is equals to 1.771. So, nahanap na natin siya, guys. This is our final answer. Okay, math.
So for our step 6 is finding the margin of error. So ano ba ang formula ng margin of error? Ang formula nito is critical value and standard deviation over square root of n. Then ang gagawin nating procedure dito is hanapin natin ang ating critical value. So ano ba ang ating critical value? Ang ating critical value is 1.771. And then the next is finding the standard deviation. Pero bago mo gagawin yan is maglalagay ka ng close and open parenthesis. Then ang ating standard deviation is 33.62. Then ang atin namang means is 14. So ang gagawin natin is 1.771 times 2, 33.62. Then di-divide natin sila sa 14. Ang magiging outcome nun is 15.91. So for our step 6, correction, step 5 pala yung kanina. Finding the confidence interval. So ang ating formula sa confidence interval is sample means minus margin of error between then sample means plus margin of error. Dito muna. Since alam nyo na yung formula, ang gagawin natin is hanapin natin yung sample means. Ano ba ang ating sample means? Ang sample means natin is 126 and ang ating margin of error is 15.91. Dito, same din dito. Pero, ang gagawin nyo is plus. Ang gagawin nyo is 126 minus 15.91 is 110.09. And then, dito naman sa kabila is 126 plus 15.91. Ang magiging outcome is 141.91. Ito ang ating final answer sa step 6. Lastly, for step 7. Step 7, ang pinaka-simple na gagawin. Ang gagawin nyo lang is lower CI or lower confidence interval and upper CI or confidence interval. Ang hanapin nyo is ang lower CI. Ang lower CI is yung pinakamababa sa nasolve natin sa confidence interval, which is 10.09. Sa upper CI naman is yung pinakamataas, which is 141.91. Ito ang sagot sa step 7.
Our example number 3 is the following are scores of random 13 selected individuals in the respiratory test. A. Find a 95% confidence interval for the mean score of all random individuals, assuming that their score is approximately normally distributed. B. Find the lower and upper confidence limits. Pause.
Go.
Ba't ka tumawa?
Ready na. Rn is 13. So, gagawa po tayo ng table. So, 1, 2, 3. Joke lang, laki masyado.
Aray ko, ayop ka.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Kita ma? 12, 13. So, this is Rn. Tapos po, isusulat natin yung mga given kada n. So, 98 or x. 98, 99, 87, 72, 84, 78, 95, 92, 88, 64, 91, 80, 75. So, next column po is x minus mean. Yan. Hindi ko ng marker. Ang eksena dyan, ay, ano nga yun? Pasa mo na nga.
Ayop, go.
So, after natin masulat to, i-compute natin siya ng, ipapo-plus natin siya. So, ang equal nito is 1,103. Sublimation of x. Ikita rin. Yan. 1,103. Tapos, kita rito. Tapos, i-compute natin siya ng mean, sublimation of x over n. So, ang total natin is 1,103. Ilalagay natin siya dito. Over, ang n natin is 13. And compute natin siya ng 84. 84.85. So, para makuha natin yung x minus mean, ang gagawin natin, 98 minus 84.85. So, dito sa 1, ang answer, 98 minus 84.75 is 13.15. 99 minus 84.85, 40, uy, ang laki masyado. 14.15. 87 minus 84.85, 2.15, negative 12.85, negative 0.85, negative 6.85, 10.15, 7.15, tapos 3.15, negative 20.85, sa 91, 6.15, negative 4.85, next is 9.85. After nyan, sa last column, i-square lang natin siya. Or ita-times natin sa sarili. So, 13.15 times 13.15 is 172.9225. 14.15 times 14.15 is 200.225. May post mo muna. Ay na. 2.15 times 2.15 is 4.6225. Bading! Wala na marker. 6225. Negative 12.85 times negative 12.85 is 165.1225. Next is 0.7225, 5.8225, 103.0225, 51.1225, 9.9225, 434.7225, 37.8225, 23.5225. So, after nyo makuha lahat yan, i-compute ulit natin siya. So, summation of x minus x squared is equals to yung equals nito, ay yung total nito na 1306.5925. So, after yan, kukunin natin yung standard deviation. So, ang formula is S2, standard deviation, is equals to sublimation of x minus x squared over n. So, ang sublimation of x natin is ito, yung 1306.5925 over yung n natin is 13. So, i-divide natin siya i-divide natin siya sa 13. So, ang total is 100.51 to decimal places na itong kukunin natin. So, ito na yung sagot. Let's go na sa step 2. So, our formula natin is df or degrees freedom is equals to n minus 1. Kanina, ang n natin is 13. So, 13 minus 1 is 12. That is our final answer. Ima-minus, so, alpha equals 95%. So, ang gagawin natin is 95% divide 100 is equals to 0.95. Tapos, 0.95 minus 1 is equals to 0.05. And, i-divide natin yung 0.05 sa 2. And ang sagot is magiging 0.025. And this is our final answer.
Let us now proceed to step number 4, getting the critical value.
So, step number 4, alpha over 2, our formula, alpha equals to 0.025.
With degrees of freedom, 12. So, let's check our table. So, our critical value is 2.179.
Alpha. Critical value 2 is to 2.179.
Step number 5, getting the margin error.
So, step number 5, margin error equals to critical value times standard deviation square root of n.
So, our critical value is 2.179. Then, our S, 112.31 divided by the square root of 13. By the using of our calculator, 2.179 times 112.31 divided by the square root of 13. So the answer is 67.87. So kung meron na tayong critical value and margin of error, pwede na natin makuha ang ating confidence of interval. So step number 6. Step number 6. So our formula is sample mean minus the margin of error between sample mean plus the margin of error. So our sample mean is 84.85. Our margin of error is 67.87 between 84.85 positive or plus 67.87. So by the using our calculator, 84.85 minus 67.87, 16.98. 84.85 plus 67.87, 152.72. So we are here now to our final step, finding the upper and lower confidence limit. So step number 7. Our lower confidence limit is 16.98. 16.98. And our upper confidence limit is 152.72. 152.72. So that's all the steps.
So, proceed na tayo sa step 3. Step 3. So, anong meaning ito? Gas pa rin pa x na may a? Alpha. So, step 3 is, our alpha is 1%. So, and then, yung alpha rin natin is, meron din siyang 10%. So, ang gagawin lang natin is, 10 divided by 1 is equals to, alpha is equals to 0.01 over 2. So, i-divide lang natin siya. So, ano after ng alpha? Ano gagawin ko? Hanapin itong i-divide ito. 0.1 divide 2. So, our alpha is 0.01 divide 2. So, 0.01 divide 2 is equals to 0.005. So, our final answer is, our alpha is 0.005. Proceed na po tayo sa next step, which is step 4. Yes. No. Dok pa nga yung ganito-ganito. Kung ano, mo ako dito. Parang ganito. Ito, dito na natin nahanapin sa table. Ito yung 0.05. Ito 2 tapos 0.05.
Unahan natin. Yung mga bakit, ano, 9.
Tapos, sa 0.05, hindi mawala na.
Ito. 0.0.02. Maybe 1.833.
Bibilang pa din.
Mamalingan dito, 3.250.
Ano ba degrees freedom mo?
9.
Tapos,
Yung alpha ko 0.002. 1.82. Mali ka. 20.82. Ano? Mali na tayo, guys. So our step 4 is Tx T alpha over 2. So our degrees of freedom is 9 and our alpha is 0.05. So hahanapin lang natin siya sa table. Ano mo ito na? 1.82.
1.8.
So, our degrees freedom is 9 and our alpha is 0.005 and then the value of that is in T table is 1.833. So our answer is therefore is 1.833. Ano yung S mo?
For the step 5 of example 4 is finding the margin of error using the formula of margin of error is equals to T alpha over 2 times S over square root of N. So, our T alpha over 2 is 3.250 and times 12.88 over square root of 10. So 3.250 times, using scientific calculator, we calculated and the answer is 4.0730. So, the final answer, the margin of error is 13.24. So, this is the margin of error for example 4. So, the step 6 for example number 4 is finding the confidence interval. For confidence interval is in between x minus margin of error and x plus margin of error. So, 40 minus 13.24 and 40 plus 13.24. So, computing this is 40 minus 13.24. So, add 0, 10, 9, and 2. So, 10 minus 4 is equals to 6. 9 minus 2 is equals to 7. 9 minus 3 is equals to 6. And 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. So, 26.76. And next is 40 plus 13.24. 40 plus 13.24. So, 0 plus 3 is equals to 3. And 4 plus 1 is equals to 5.24. So, 3.24. And this is how you find the confidence interval. And for the step 7 is finding the lower and upper confidence interval. So, the lower confidence interval is 26.7, and the upper confidence interval is 53.24. This is the lower confidence interval and the upper confidence interval. So the next is another method for computing the confidence interval. So the given are n is equals to 10, s is equals to 12.88, T alpha over 2 is equals to 3.250 and x is equals to 40. So the formula for this method is x minus T alpha over 2 times s over square root of n. And next is x plus T alpha over 2 times s over square root of n. So x is equal to 40 minus 13.250 is equals to 3.250 times 12.88 over square root of 10. 40 plus 3.250 times 12.88 over square root of 10. So 40 minus 3.250 times 4.073 40 plus 3.250 times 4.073. So the answer is 26.76 and 53.24. So the confidence interval is in between 26.76 and 53.24. So the lower confidence interval is 26.76 and the upper confidence interval is 53.24.